Right. Syntax, if else if syntax. Right. Anybody can explain the flow, how it will execute? Shekhar, can you
Yes,
explain?
Yes, sir.
I
Shekhar.
can do, sir.
No, wait. Shekhar, you explain. No, my question is and how the flow will go. When statement 1 will execute, when statement 2 will execute, when statement 3 will execute. Yeah, Uma, you explain otherwise. Come on.
Yes, sir. First, the control will check the condition
Which condition?
1,
Check
and
first.
if
Condition 1. Okay. Hmm.
yeah, condition 1, and if it is true, it will execute the statement 1 and skip all the else part
Okay.
and control.
Hmm.
And suppose if the condition is 1 is false, then it will skip the statement 1 and go to else if and check the condition 2.
Hmm.
And if it is true, it will execute 2, the statement 2, and skip all the skip the else statement.
Okay.
And if condition 1 is false, then it will skip statement 1 and go to else if.
Hmm. Okay.
And if condition 2 is also false, it will skip statement 2 and go to else part statement 3.
Right. Let me explain. First to control will check the condition 1. Let's say it is true. Then it will execute statement 1 and skip all the else parts. Else parts. Right. Another case. If condition 1 is false, then it will skip statement 1. If block, it will go to else if and it will check the condition 2. If it is true, it will execute statement 2. It will execute statement 2. Then it will skip the else part. Else part. Let's say condition 1 is false. False. Skip the statement 1. It will go to the else if. Condition 2 is also false. Condition 2 is also false. It will skip the statement 2. Then it will go to the else part, will execute statement 3. Means statement 3 will execute when all the conditions are false. So here we can write n number of conditions, and finally else part is not compulsory, it is optional. Right. So let's see one small program on this, then you will get 100% clarity about this. Okay guys. Yeah. Same program. The program is, task for you is comparing yesterday program, comparing I value and j value by using if else if. Comparing I value and j value by using if else if means that is expectable output should be like this. User enter I value. Let's say user entered 10, enter j value. User entered 5. So 10 you store into I, 5 you store into j. Compare both. If suppose I is greater than j, output should be I is greater than j. If suppose j is greater than I, output should be j is greater than I. If suppose I is equals to j, then write I is equals to j. So according to this, here output is what? I is greater than, I is greater than j. Here output is I is greater than j. So this we tried with if else, but if else has small problem we have seen yesterday. Now what I am telling you, try with if else if. Come on guys, come on. Can you write the program, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do it fast.
Over, sir.
Right. Let's write the program. Try to complete all of you. Don't wait for my code. Write your own code. You are going to be the programmer. Right. So simple thing. Console dot write line. Yeah. Enter I value. Enter I value. Next, what is that? Int I equal to int dot what is that? Parse of console dot read line. Console dot read line. So this is the two lines. Okay. Now again enter what value? J value. Again, here is J. Right. Right. I have a question to you all the people. For this code, how many conditions you have written?
Three
3, sir.
conditions.
Three, two. Two or
Three.
three? Yes.
Two, sir.
No condition. One is
Conditions.
comparable.
Conditions. Three conditions required or not required or
2, sir, and 1 is
else. Let's say I greater than J. What is that? Console dot write line. What is that? I is
greater than
greater than
J.
J. Okay. Else
Else if
J
J is greater than
than
I.
I. J greater than I. Console dot write line. J is greater than I. J is greater than. Next, else if I
I
equals
equal
to J. How many people written this condition? Third condition.
only else part. Me.
Not required, sir.
Yes. Required or not required?
Just wrote the
Yes.
not required, sir.
Optional,
Third
sir. It's an
condition.
option.
Third condition is optional. Means not compulsory. You write nothing wrong, but unnecessarily writing a new condition. Not required. Why? Because a person is introducing his three sons to his friend, and he is telling Babu, this is my first son. Introduction over. This is my second son. Introduction over. Third son introduction is not required because friend will say, oh, this is your third son. And he can also explain, but not required, unnecessary introduction. Similarly, whenever it is not I is greater than J, J is greater than I, automatically it is I is equals to J. So third condition is optional here. Right. Now let me trace the program, compilation and execution. Let me trace the program. Right. Let me trace the program. What's the output? Tracing the program is very important activity. Right. You guys observe. Right, enter I value, console dot write line, enter I value, and here control will execute a statement called read line. You know about that. 10 is stored into I, 5 is stored into J. Now I is what? 10, J is what? 5, 10 greater than 5, 10 greater than 5. Right, now true. When condition is true, Shari, what will happen when condition is true? Control will
Condition depending statement will execute.
control will execute this following statement. That is I is greater than J, and after that all the else ifs and else will be skipping. All this up to here which are all what? Skipping. Okay, right. Now console dot read line or console dot read line. Similarly, console dot read line. Similarly, right. Enter I value 5, enter J value 10. Enter I value 5, enter J value 10. Right. Now here, according to that, yeah, what is that, 10, 10. So 5 is I, 10 is J. 5 greater than 10. True, false. 5 greater than
False.
false. Then control will skip, if block, and control will go to else if. Here J is
Else
5.
if part.
5 greater, what is J is what? 10, sorry. J is what? What is J value? 10. 10 greater than 5. True or false? True. Then control
Condition is
will go
true.
J is greater than I. J is greater than I. Then what is happening? Your else part will be skipping. Else part will be skipping. 1 second guys. Part will be skipping. Finally, output is what? J is greater than I. Suppose in this case, you have another model, that is, you can observe that you entered 10 and 10. When you enter 10 and 10, what is happening? I is what? 10. J is what? 10. Both are 10. Then what happened? 10 greater than 10. False. Skip. 10 greater than 10. False. Skip. Control will go to else part. I is equals to J. I is equals to j. So this is the story about this one. Right. Next, yeah. Now here, here. Right. So next, with this we understood that in this case we went for what if else. But interviewer will ask a question. When we will go for simple if we discussed yesterday, we should have the answer for this question. Next,
Yes, sir.
when we will go for 1 minute, when we will go for if else. This is another question. Now, next question. When we will go for if else if else if whatever we use now. First one is when we will go for simple if, when we will go for if else, and when we will go for if else if. Come on. When we will go for
So
yeah. Come on.
So
Damn it.
Whenever we
when you have
have
one option and you want to execute the one option based on the condition, we go for simple if.
No, no.
Whenever we
Wait.
have two options,
Don't be hurry. Wait. Explain slowly. When we will go for simple if. Come on. Come on. Answer.
whenever we have one,
Hmm. Whenever we
whenever
have.
we have one option
Hmm.
and we want to execute that option based on the condition,
Hmm.
we go for simple if.
Wait. Enough. Enough. Okay. Now Vinil, come on. When we will go for if else.
whenever we are having two options, among these two options we have to execute one option based on the condition, then we will go for if else.
If else. Okay. Whatever you are answering for any question, not here, because
Mm.
all these things we are implementing to improve your explanation skills for interviews. The way of explanation should be not speed, should be very clear like Chandamama's story. So the next side person should understand easily, because he will ask the question and he will think about next question. He will not concentrate your answers, but you should attract him to understand your answer by that guy. Otherwise, he will simply think that the answer is wrong. So when we will go for if else, whenever we have two options, among two, if you want to execute one option based on condition, if else. Now, Urmil, are you there? Urmil, are you there? Right. When we will go for if else if, that is the third person. When we will go for if else if is the third person. Right. Now we know, you tell me when we will go for if else if. We know when we will go for if else if. Hmm. Right. So now, Renuka, you tell me when we will go for if else if.
Whenever we have more than two options and if we want to execute one option based on condition, then we will go for if else if.
If else. Rehan, you tell me when we will go for if else if. Rehan,
when we have more than two conditions and if we
option.
want to execute
Don't say
only any
condition.
one,
Whenever we have
two,
more
two
than two
options,
options,
if you want to execute only one condition,
one option
option,
based on
one
condition.
option,
Go for if else.
condition.
If else. Why we went to go for comparing I and J value program? We tried with if else. We are implemented with if else. What is the reason, Rehan? Rehan, this we tried yesterday
Sir,
if else, but if else had a problem yesterday. Now you tried with if else. The reason to implement this with if else is what?
because we have three
Option.
options,
Very good. First option, second option, third option. But you want to execute
but
only
one option.
one option. That's why you went with if, else, if. Okay, na? Right. So right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Next we will go with yeah, multiple if conditions. Next we are going with third one, I think. Third or fourth one. Fourth one is multiple if conditions. Multiple if conditions. Simple if only, but multiple if conditions. Multiple simple ifs are nothing but multiple if conditions. Syntax is if condition 1 Yes, statement 1. If condition 2, statement 2. If condition 3, statement 3. If condition 4, if condition 4, statement 4, and so on. That this is a syntax. Now, I need to explain this syntax, how it will execute. Kalyani, you explain. Ask her explain the syntax.
If condition 1 is true, then it will execute statement 1.
Okay. After
And
that,
then if condition 2 is true, then it will execute statement 2.
next.
Then condition 3 is true, then it will execute statement 3. Then same.
So we'll check all the conditions, whether true or false.
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, multiple if
Yes.
conditions. What is that? In if else if, what is happening in if else if? When one condition is true, it will execute that particular statement, and it will not check the remaining conditions. It will switch simply. But in case of multiple if conditions, what is happening? Observe. If condition 1, first it will check condition 1. If it is true, it will execute statement 1. If it is false, it will skip. Then it will check the condition 2. If it is true, it will execute statement 2. If it will false, it will skip. Then it will check the third condition. If it is true, it will execute. If it is false, it will skip. Then it will check the condition 4. If it is true, it will execute. If it is false, it will skip. Like that, in multiple if conditions, it will check every condition. When it is true, it will execute. When it will false, it will skip simply. But in case of if else if, it will try to check the conditions from the top to bottom. Whenever particular condition is true, it will execute the particular part or particular block, and the remaining will be skipping. Right. Remaining will be skipping. Right. And now I have a question again.
So, yeah, I have a doubt. So if the condition statement 1 is true, will it still go and check for the 2, 3 and 4?
That's why I'm telling. It will, whether true or false, not matter for it. It will check every condition. It will check
Okay.
every condition, because no else, no alternative.
Okay.
Okay, every condition it will check. Okay, that is right.
So whether it is true or false, it will check all of them.
That is the difference. Now, what is the difference between if else if and multiple if conditions? Anyone who are interested can explain.
Yes, sir, I can say.
Yeah.
In multiple simple if condition, even though first condition is true, it will still verify all the condition. And in case of if else if the first condition is true, it will skip all the condition.
So in if else if, whenever a particular condition is true, until it is true, it will check. Once it is,
Yeah.
it will skip the following. It will skip the following. So we'll do one thing. We have written a program here, if else if program, for comparing I and j value. Same way, you do one thing. Task for you is comparing I and j value, comparing I and j value by using multiple if conditions. Same program but implemented with the help of multiple if conditions. After implemented with multiple if conditions, you trace it, then you will find the difference. That is the good one. Okay, right. Try.
Yes, sir.
And tracing, not output, just don't concentrate only output, tracing. Right, over.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, trace it. Keep two programs. First trace is multiple if conditions, understand. Then again go to if else if program and trace and understand. Then find the differences. I'm sure. Yeah, let me write the program. Yes. Same. See, first two lines will be same as the previous program. Four lines. First four lines will be same. Same as our previous program. Right. Next to if I greater than j, console dot write line I is greater than j. I is greater than j. Right. If j greater than I, console dot write line j is greater than I. J is greater than I. If I equals to j, console dot write line I is equals to j. I is equals to j. Right. I is equals to j. And finally, you can write console dot read line. You can write console dot read line. Okay. Now, yes. Now in this case, let's try to understand. Observe this, all of you.
So in first line G is
One
missing.
minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I is greater than j. Okay. Right. Hmm. Right. Next. Trace the code here. This tracing is very important. Flow. See, control should be under your control. Control should be under your control. And control flow should understand. Otherwise, there is no use to attend this time. You can see I'm changing the OP colors. OP color background is white. Screen text is black. Right. What is screen text is black. Black. Don't disturb the class, please. Right. Okay. Right. Enter I value 10. Enter J value 5. Here my question is, you are accepted how many values? Two values. Two values you are accepted. Okay guys? Right. Now how the flow is going on. Now this is very important. Right. Right. How the flow is going on. Yeah. First it will check which condition guys.
First if condition.
First condition.
10 greater than 5. True or false? 10 greater than 5. True. Console
True.
on right line. I is greater than J.
I
I.
is greater than J.
Then my question is, next what will happen? It will check what? Second condition. Second is what? J. J is what?
J is 10.
5 greater
False.
than
Like
5 greater than
false.
10. True or false? False.
False.
Okay, then what it will do? It will skip this block. Again it will check what? Third condition. Third
Third
condition
condition.
is what? Third condition is what? 10 equal to 5.
10
True or
equals to
false?
5.
Again false. It will be skipping. So it is executed only this part. What is that? I is greater than J. What is that output?
J.
I is greater than J.
I is greater than J.
This is one consideration. Next, another consideration is 5 and 10. 5 and 10. In this case, what is happening? How the flow is going? Output is not matter. Flow is matter here. I is what? 5. 5 greater than 10. 5 greater than 10. True or false? False.
False.
False. Then what will happen? It will skip this part and it will go to this part. Now here what? What is a J? J is what?
10.
Greater than 5. True. Then console dot write line J is greater than I. It will give this output. On OP you will get this output. The output is J is greater than I. But after that, what is the flow? I equal to J. That is 10 equal to 5. False. Means false. Means it will skip this part. And console dot read line, which is holding the command prompt window. It is holding the command prompt window. This is the flow. Now, let's say, uh, let's say, let's say like this. 10 and 10. 10 and 10. What is it? 10 and 10. Wait, what is it? 10 and 10? Come on, tell me. 10 and 10.
It will skip the first one.
First, what will happen? What will happen?
It will go on to the first condition and check.
It will do what?
10 is greater than
Greater than 10. 10 greater than 10.
It will
False.
check.
False.
False, it will skip it.
If 10 greater than 10. False. It will skip. Sorry. What is the value? Yeah, 10 equal to 10. What
Both are 10.
both are 10. What is that? True. Console dot write 10. I is equals to J. I is
I is equals to J.
what is output? I is equals to J. So that
Is
is
equals to J.
J. That is output. Okay. So finally, output is what for this program? What is the output? 10 equal to 10 means what is output? I is equals to
I is
I
equals
is
to
equal
J.
to J.
I is equal
J.
to J. I is equals to J. So the difference between that program and this program, same requirement we implemented two ways. One place we are implemented multiple simple if conditions, and in one place you are implemented if else if. But in case of if else if, it will check the condition. If it is true, it will execute, and it will, if it is true, it will execute skip all. But it will, even though condition is true, it will check everything. That is the difference, main difference. Okay. Now, but the question is here, people will get a. But I have a question to all the people. For this requirement, which is best? Multiple if conditions is best or if else if is best for
If
this?
else if. If else if.
If else if, sir.
If else if, because here among multiple option you want to execute only one option. If else if is best, no doubt about that, because it will give the performance, better performance than multiple if conditions. In multiple if conditions, what it is doing, it is checking, even though it is true, it is checking. For
All
example,
the conditions.
I'll tell you, my classroom 100 students are there, and one person came to me and he said, sir, my friend Sridhar is there in your class. Then I am checking from first class student. He is Sridhar, he is Sridhar, he is Sridhar, he is Sridhar. In 10th student matched. Then immediately I send him out. So I will stop verifying the remaining 90 students. That is if else if. And multiple if condition model is, he came and asked me, my friend is there, I am checking. 10th student matched. Even though 10th student is matched, I am verifying the remaining also is multiple if. In multiple if, it will check every condition. That's the reason multiple if condition purpose is different. And if else if purpose is different. Whenever you have multiple option, if you want to execute one option, the best is what? If else if. Then when we will go for multiple if conditions? When we will go for multiple if conditions. Come on.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Whenever we have more options, among those options, if we want to execute one option, based on the condition, we will go for multiple if condition.
Again repeat.
Whenever we have more options, among those options, if we want to execute one option, based on the condition, we will go for the multiple if condition.
For that you can go with if else. No. You want to execute one option. Whenever you have more option, if you want to execute one option based on condition, among 10, if you want to execute one, better to go with if else if now. Because if else if our beauty is what? If 10 conditions are there, In second condition, if your required thing is matched, it will not verify remaining 8. Now you can save lot of time and it improves the performance of application. But for this, if you use multiple if condition, the problem is even though required person is matched in the second condition, there is no chance that the person will match, the condition will match. But even though you are checking unnecessarily remaining 8, there is a problem with the multiple if condition. According to what you
If
say,
you
among multiple option, if you want to exclude one option based on condition, best is if. Come on, next.
to execute more than one statement,
Hmm.
one condition,
Hmm.
we will go for multiple ifs.
So shall I say?
Yeah, try. See here, first wrong answer, try for right answer. But when you are trying for right answer, if you will keep quiet, you will never get right answer. If you are telling wrong answers, after 10 answers, you will find a right answer. But here, trying is very, very important. So I read a book, a scientist is trying for something, but after 100 hits, he got the result. 99 times he was failed, but 100th time he succeeded. But he got lot of knowledge like that. Come on, tell me. Hmm.
If you have more than, if you have more one option, and we want to execute all the conditions, then we'll go for multiple if.
Mhm. Okay. Again, repeat one more time. What is it? If
If
we
you have
have
more than one options and we want to execute all the options, then we'll go for multiple if.
all the options, all the options. Suppose among 10, 3 conditions are true. Only 3 options are executing. 7 are not executing. Na? Hmm.
Yes. If you want to check all the condition, all the options.
Yeah, statement. Just correct the statement again. Hmm.
If you have more than two or one option, and if you want to check all the options, then we'll go for multiple if.
Hmm. Right. Anyone? Next.
Yes.
Hmm.
We have multiple options, more than two options. If we want to execute multiple option based on condition, then we want to go for multiple.
Yeah, yeah. If whenever we have more than 2 options, if 2 options means if else is there, more than 2 option, or else more than one option, that is enough. More than one option,
Yes.
more than one option is okay. More than one option, but we want to execute multiple options. We want to execute one or multiple, one or multiple option based on condition. Among all the options, you may execute any one option or multiple option based on condition. We will go for multiple if conditions. And exactly the situation we can't expose now in console. Wait for some time. Some situation will come. I will show you there. The situation will itself demand you. You are feeling thirsty. What you have to have water. That type of situation will come. There you will get 100% clarity about multiple if condition. Up to that, just you remember this concept is there. Don't worry. So many places we will use, especially in
So
age.
can you repeat once again?
Yeah, yeah. Whenever we have more than one option, but among all the option, you may execute one option or two option or n options based on condition. So that sometimes none option also. Sometimes none option also. Like what will happen? So all conditions are false. Any option is executed? No option. No option is it. One condition is true. How many options are executed? One. Two conditions are true. How many options are executed? Two. So whenever we have multiple option, want to execute one or multiple or one or n or none options should execute based on what condition. So here number of options, how many executing, we don't know. Sometimes zero options may execute, sometimes two option may execute, sometimes multiple option may execute. So that's why what I'm telling you, just keep aside this statement, this question and answer. Wait for some time. I will show you one situation. There we will get exactly fruitful explanation, fruitful clarity about this. Until unless you'll have a bit of confusion. But comparing I and J value has three options, but among that you want to execute one. For this, the best is what? For this, the best is what? If
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 else,
else
if,
else if.
if
Suppose
else, if.
I can achieve this with the help of multiple if conditions also, but the problem is what?
It will take
necessary.
check all the conditions.
Slow. Execution will be slow because it will check unnecessary.
Very slow.
Even though 5%
Conditions.
you got, but you are checking. That is a problem. Okay. Now, next
Yeah.
coming to the fifth one. Wait for some time. It will come. I'll show you an example for this. Okay. Fifth one. Fifth one.
Sir, there is a real example, sir.
That I am telling. Why you are exciting? That's why I'm telling. Multiple if condition, real time situation will come in ASP.NET. In ASP.NET, so many places it will demand you to use multiple if condition. Then only we can give you the clarity. With I and J, this type of programs, we can't give the clarity about this. When you click the button, there are some multiple options are there. There I'll show you. Okay. So right. Next, if else,
Nested if.
It's a nested if, right?
Nested if.
fifth one is nested if. Nested if is what? Nested if is what? Nested if. I'm giving more and more focus on control statements, more and more focus on data types, more and more focus on typecasting. People will teach these concepts in 3 days, but actually which are very, very important concepts for programming. But every trainer will feel that already students are aware about all these things in C language. You know very well that you didn't learn anything, but they will give a statement that you know all these basics in C language, but which are very, very important. Now coming to the syntax for nested if. Here nested if syntax also we can give, there is no particular syntax for nested if. What is nested if? What is nested if?
If within if
If,
or if within the else.
so nested if also we can't give the particular syntax. If within the if else within the if, and if within the if else, or else within, like that. N number of ways you can use nested if. So we can't give you the particular syntax for nested if because n number of syntaxes you can use for nested if. But only one thing, nested means what? Nested means what? Nested.
Within.
Nested means what? Hmm?
Within.
Repeatedly. So what will happen? Suppose you are written a if else. In that if else, you have if block, you have else block. Within the if block, you may have one more if. Within the else block, you may have one more if. So conditions will be nestedly you are implementing conditions. So that is called a nested if. So particular syntax we can't give because n number of syntaxes you can give. If you want to say give a syntax, you can give n number of syntaxes. For example, let's see one syntax. One syntax will go with if condition 1 state. Okay, now you see. If else, if else, just if else right now. Suppose if you keep like here, like this is what nested if. This is what nested if. Now, like means what? A condition is there, a block is there. Within the block, you have implemented one more if else or only one simple if. In this way, you can write n number of conditions for nested if. Okay. Now we'll get clarity by implementing one program in different ways with the help of nested if. For example, one simple task I can give you. Task is implementing comparing I and J by using nested if. Try this, then you will get. You try. N number of ways you can try this. Yeah, try this. Don't use simple if, don't use if else, don't use if else if. I want a nested if. Nested if means condition is there. Again you can implement one more condition, inner condition, external condition, like that. You try one example, you will get. Come on, try fast. Or else I'll give you for this. Okay. You are accepted I value and j value. I value and j value. Suppose how you can implement this? Right. I greater than j. I greater than j. So I is greater than j. Okay. Now I want to implement else. Else. Okay. No. Yeah, tell me.
If
I want to
if
implement. Come on, tell me.
uh, if I that was right.
No, no, no.
Console.
No, no. Yeah, that is right. But what I'm telling you, I want to implement this
If
program. I don't want to implement if else if. I want to implement nested if for this requirement.
Yeah,
console dot right line.
control right line. I is greater than j.
Console dot write line. Console dot write line. I is
Greater than j.
greater than j. Okay, fine. I is greater than
Then comes else.
else.
Then comes else. Then comes if.
Now 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Here you try to understand. Condition is true means no doubt I is greater than j. Let's say condition is false means control will go to else part. Control will go to else part. My question is, if control came to else part means, what are the chances you may have? Maybe
Oh,
maybe
that's
j is greater than maybe j is greater than I, or maybe I is equals to
j.
I is equals to
J.
that. Two options you have to implement within the else. How? If
If
j greater than
j is greater than
I, come on now. Console dot
console right line.
right line.
Console dot right line
J is
is greater than
greater than I.
I.
J is greater than I. Next part else.
Else
Else.
if
Else.
no
Required.
if I think.
Required.
If is not required, sir. You can just write console
Console
dot right line
line. I is
is equal to
equals to J.
j.
I is equals to J. Right. This is else. Else. And close your this else. Okay. Now console dot read line. So here
So why we are not writing if I is equal to j after the else? Why?
that you have to tell why we are writing.
I was a little confused.
Why you are confused? What I said,
Condition is option.
I don't want to. What is that?
That's optional.
I don't want to implement if else if for this. I want to implement nested if. See, for this requirement, the best control statement is if else if only. But here
Yes.
our intention is we want to learn the model of nested if. The model of the nested if we want to implement, we have taken one case study. What is the case study we have taken? My requirement is implement comparing I and j value by using nested if. For that you are writing the logic. In this logic, okay, only nested if. Nested if. Nested if means what? Within the if or else you have to implement one more if or else, if else or if, whatever it is. So according to that, if block and else block. Can I say is it nested if? Can I
Yeah.
say is it nested if? How can you say it is nested if?
Else
But
block we will say.
Because within the else again if is repeated. Within the else block again something is repeated. Whenever a conditions are
yeah.
repeating like this, that is called nested if. So here I am not telling that comparing I and j value compulsory you have to go to nested if. For this the best model is what? If else if only.
If else if.
We are learning remaining condition statements and we are taking one case study and comparing all. Now tell me here blocks are compulsory or optional, Bhaskar?
Option.
Block,
Optional.
block. Here blocks
Optional, sir.
compulsory or optional. Here I didn't use the blocks. Any problem?
No, sir. It's a single statement. That's why not required.
Because conditional depending statement is only one and one.
Only one.
Here my question is, here block is compulsory or optional?
Compulsory.
Optional, sir.
Hmm?
Optional.
Here also block is what? Optional. Because
Option.
conditional
Option.
depending statement is only one.
One.
Here block is compulsory or optional?
Compulsory.
Is better
Sorry, sir.
because here we have multiple parts.
Multiple. Yeah.
Okay, so but for your visibility sake I use a block here, not required also, because it looks very clear and easy to understand to the student. Now you guys, you observe, trace the code, compilation and execution, right. Whenever you run this application, what will happen? Program execution starts by main method. Let's say I entered 10, I entered 5. Now here flow of execution is very important. Flow of execution is very important. I is 10, J is 5. 10 greater than 5. Now tell me.
True.
Vinil, tell me. Or else,
True, sir.
wait.
True, sir.
Neha, are
It
you?
will.
Neha, you're not talking. Are you there? Banti, come and tell me. 10 greater than 5. True or false?
True.
True. True or false? True. Then control will execute. I is greater than I.
J.
J.
Can respond through chart. I is greater than J. It will print I is greater than J. Next, will print I is greater than J. Output is what? I is greater than J. In this case, it is
10.
showing you
10 is greater.
great. Then what will happen? Where the control will go to?
It will go at the end, sir.
Last.
Consolidated line.
What is the movement of the
Consolidated.
control? Where it will go? Control. After executing I is greater than J, this block execution completed.
It will skip.
Then what will happen? Next what will happen?
Read line.
Very good, Kumar. You are doing very well. Control
Just
will
keep
go to
the
read.
else part.
Control will go to read line because else part will be
Yeah. Skip.
skipping.
Else part will get skipped.
Skipping. Okay, right. Suppose I entered different angles you have to trace here. Suppose I entered 5 and 10. I is 5, J is 10. I is 5 and J is 10. Yeah, 5, 10. 5 greater than 10. 70. 5 greater than 10.
False, sir.
False. Then control will go to else part. Control will go to else. Else. Again, J is what? 10. 10 greater than 5.
True.
True. Then control will execute console.writeLine. J is greater than I. J is greater than I. Then after this control movement is what?
Skip.
It will skip. It will skip what? This else statement.
Else part.
Else part. And encounter the closing of the this else. Means this else execution is completed. But in this else it is executed only this if block. It is what skipped. After this control will execute. What is this console dot read line.
Read line.
Read line. Suppose user entered. Suppose user entered. User entered. User entered 10 and 10. Suppose user entered 10 and 10. So what is the flow? Control flow is what? 10,
It will skip the first two.
10 greater than 10. What?
False, sir.
False.
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 10 greater than 10. False. Next. Control will go to where?
Else part.
Else.
Else.
10 greater
Else
than
part.
10. 10 greater than 10. True or false?
False.
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 Else part will execute.
Else part will execute. I is equals to J.
J.
J. Console dot read line. Okay? Like
Got it. Closing.
what I am telling you, this same program by using nested if you can implement multiple models. That's why you implement task for you is same program by using nested if, implement 5 examples. 5 models should not be repeated. Different models you try. Then you will understand what is that nested if different syntaxes. That is one task for you. And another task is, yeah, another task is write short notes for switch and loops, all loops. Short notes for switch and all loops. You try all these things. And tomorrow I'll give you some programming assignments, because tomorrow discussions which there will be lot of confusion in that. If you want to understand that, you should prepare now before I am teaching. That is my plan. And implement any if else programs in the lab book you try, and I'll check tomorrow and I'll give you some assignments from lab book tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow, guys. Bye to all. Any concerns you communicate me through mail. I'm a bit of busy nowadays. 7 sessions are going on. Right, thank you very much.